Settle down. Settle down. Good afternoon and welcome to the second day of the 6-day International Faculty Development Program on quality enhancement to facilitate academic excellence and well-being. As we begin today's session, I extend a warm welcome to our principal, Dr. Sister Mary Louisa Sebastian, PG Director, Dr. Sister Lalita Thomas, Speaker for the day, Ms. Shripriya KH, Technology Head of Innisfree House School, Bengaluru, IQAC Coordinator, Dr. Carol Stanley, Controller of Examinations, Dr. Lata V, Administrator, Sister Rosalie, and the coordinators of the Faculty Development Program. In addition, I extend a very warm welcome to all our participants who have joined us offline and online. The FDP began on the 16th of January with a session on building an effective learning environment to bridge the gap between learner and teacher. This was conducted by Dr. N. Jayashankaran. He discussed the 5 dimensions of effective professional development of teachers and the learner maxims that teachers are responsible for. Dr. Jayashankaran also stressed on the importance of bonding with the students and the various modes through which it can be done. Today, as we begin our session on technology-enabled teaching and learning, I request Mrs. Radhika Kamath to introduce our speaker and moderate the session. Good afternoon. A very warm welcome to all of you to the day 2 of International Faculty Development Program on quality enhancement to facilitate academic excellence and well-being, organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Jyotinivas College, Autonomous. It's a privilege to have amongst us Ms. Shripriya KH to deliver a session on technology-enabled teaching and learning. Ms. Shripriya is a dynamic and innovative technology head at Innisfree House School, Bengaluru, with a strong background and education. Shripriya has proven her expertise in integrating technology into teaching, developing comprehensive training programs for educators, and implementing effective school-wide tech solutions. She is skilled in automating administrative tasks and promoting digital literacy among staff. Ma'am has also proven her skills in technology integration in education, digital creation, automation, and process improvement, to name a few. She has also designed and implemented training programs centered on Google for education products to facilitate technology adoption among teachers. Shripriya has also developed multimedia instruction materials, including self-paced learning videos and detailed training documents for teachers. Today, Ms. Shripriya will share her thoughts on technology-enabled teaching and learning. We welcome you, ma'am. On behalf of Jyotinivas College Autonomous, please accept this token of appreciation from Dr. Lata V, the Controller of Examinations. Over to you, Ms. Shripriya. Looking forward to hear from you. Thank you. 50 years ago, grandfather. What? You use calculators at school now? Gosh, what's next? 20 years ago, father. What? You use computers at school? Now, at school now? Gosh, my dad was right. What's next? 2 years ago, us. What? You use WhatsApp to talk to your teacher? Gosh, what is this becoming? 10 years in the future, your daughters. Yes. 10 years in the future, your daughters or your sons. What? You haven't spoken to your teacher for weeks? How do you learn? You just write on Google's notebook and it answers everything? This is. Ma'am, do you have got this mic? Yes. This is exact. This is exactly where I am. I audible? Yes. This is exactly where we are heading towards. Good afternoon. I'm Sripriya, the technology head at Industry House School, and I'm here to talk to you about technology-enabled teaching and learning. When we say technology, most of us, when we hear the word technology, all of us feel jittery, especially most of us. Most of us, we feel jittery. The word technology itself sends shivers down our spine. So what exactly? Yes. Please let me know if I'm audible. Yes. Thanks. Pandemic changed everything. There are three things. Okay, before we even start off with the technology, as teachers, there are three things. Whatever I'm going to tell you, the slides that I'm going to show you is going to be ineffective if you do not have the shift in mindset. Okay, it's just a shift. When I spoke to you about calculators, our grandfathers thought that we are going to build a generation who will not be using their brains. Exactly what they were scared of that. But then we moved on to computers. We adapted. Again, we were scared when there were computers in school. We were all scared. Okay, so and finally, what happens? We adapted. The same thing with technology now. Technology in education is out here, and we are going. Are you? Okay. Okay, so the main thing that I want to tell all of you is shift in the mindset. We have to embrace technology as part of our education, teaching, and learning. That's the first thing. The second thing is I request, it's a recommendation. Otherwise, this is going to be ineffective. A few tech-savvy teachers can come together and form a team. You can form a team. This is exactly what we did during our pandemic back in our school. So the tech-savvy team, you can form a small team and share your thoughts and handhold the others. Because most of the teachers, like I said, when you say technology, you're really scared of, they're really scared of technology. I don't know how to do this. I don't even know how to type on the laptop, is what most of us say. We face this problem in school. Many of them overcame this challenge. A few, of course, did leave the school because they couldn't manage technology. But the thing is, it's very easy when we form a team. Next is a roadmap. You just sit here, you finish this workshop, and then you leave. And then what next? You have, as a team, as a college, you have to have a roadmap. Next academic year, how much of technology are you going to adopt? Okay, as far as teaching and learning is concerned, how much of technology are you going to use? Otherwise, all this again, I insist, it will be a waste. This entire workshop will be a waste if you don't have these three things if you don't put these three things in place. So, in order to keep in touch with technology, create at least
if not an assignment material using technology in a term or even in a month. I don't know what you use. I think you use Teams nowadays. You use Teams, all right. We use Google Classroom back in school, and we make it a point. We've created a roadmap for the academic year. I know we're all back on campus, and it's very difficult for us to actually, to actually incorporate technology in our learning and teaching. It's very difficult. But trust me, if you have something planned ahead, well ahead of time, for the forthcoming academic year, at least one material or one assignment using technology, we will be doing one material or assignment using technology. It will be really effective. Otherwise, it's just going to, you're just going to forget about what you learned today. First, let's move on to various, let's move on to let's move on to flipped classroom here. How many of you have heard of this term, flipped classroom? Anybody? Flipped classroom, you've heard, ma'am? Can you just tell what exactly, ma'am, can you give the mic to her if you don't mind? What exactly is flipped classroom according to you, ma'am?
The speaker spoke about the flipped classroom.
Yes.
Where the students will be asking questions to the teacher.
Okay, anybody else? Sorry, anybody else? Please pass the mic if you don't mind. Thank you.
The learning material.
Okay.
And the students have to come prepared.
Have to come prepared. Close, ma'am. Thank you so much. She answered the question. So what is flipped classroom? This is one methodology that you all can adapt. You all can adopt in your classrooms. You don't have to. Let's say you're teaching a particular concept, and you post all the materials. It could be a video that is created by you, or it could also be a PDF regarding something related to the concept, or a YouTube video in your Teams, etc. Post it in your Teams. Students have to go through that video. They come back to class, and you will provide them with a worksheet, or you will be asking questions. So it's a flipped classroom. Normally, what do? We teach the class, we teach the concept in class, and then we go back to, and then we send them homework. We give them homework for them to practice at home. It's exactly the opposite here. Okay, I would like to play a video. So can you just click on the link, please?
9 rupees. 9 rupees cannot even buy you a packet of chips, but it can
Finally, tonight, a new way for school kids to do their homework, and perhaps a ray of hope for the parents who frequently get called upon to help. Dean Reynolds takes us inside the flipped classroom. The way that's to travel a lot farther.
At Warren Township High School in Gurnee, Illinois, science teacher Colin Black helps kids do homework in class and sends his lectures home.
The way the articles like that.
Black and others who've embraced what's called the flipped classroom condense their lectures into a brief, homemade, and often lighthearted video.
Visible light is actually the smallest, teeniest, tiniest part of the electromagnetic spectrum.
Students can digest the information outside of class whenever they like. The next day, they get their questions answered and apply the lesson with the teacher in the room.
I can talk faster in the video because I don't have to slow down for the kids to make sure they're catching it. And
Because they can pause.
right, they can pause it, they can rewind it. So I can talk faster and they can pick up the information quicker.
Freshman Haley Dorsey echoed that point.
We're able to like pause and like go back and like go over stuff that we don't really understand. But the videos are nice and actually like them. They're much easier than what we used to do last year.
Jared Cote is another freshman.
It's really nice to go home, go look on the YouTube channel and, watch the videos.
If you're moving slower, there's moving less.
The question I like to ask is, what's the best use of your face-to-face class time?
Educator John Bergman, along with partner Aaron Sams, came up with the flipped classroom concept, originally designed for football players who missed class while on the road.
We have school backwards. We're sending kids home to do the hard stuff. We send them home to apply and analyze and synthesize content, and they can't do it.
Perfect.
And then when they come to class now in a flipped classroom, the difficult tasks, application, analysis, and synthesis, happens with the expert, the most important person, the teacher present.
3% of teachers are flipping classrooms now, 18% have expressed interest, and 28% of school administrations want to do it.
I can challenge the people who are doing really, really well and help the kids who really are struggling. Was the amplitude lower or was the amplitude greater though? No matter what, I would say every day now I talk to every kid. One person we go
For
to.
Cullen Black, the flipped classroom is right side up.
The small one.
When I see a kid who's been struggling and then they understand it, that's what does it.
And for a whole group of young minds.
Video for Monday.
Dean Reynolds, CBS News, Gurnee, Illinois.
Video for Monday at the same time.
Can you just go back to the slides, if you don't mind? Thanks. All right, that was flipped classroom for you. In fact, during the pandemic, majority of the teachers, they were unable to cope with the speed at which we were training they were unable to cope with the speed at which we were training. So what we decided as a tech team was we created videos for them. The youngsters, most of them, they were able to cope and they were able to pick up they were able to pick up everything. But the senior teachers, the majority of them, they found this very useful. We use this methodology to actually train the teachers. They came back to me with feedback, saying that we could do it at home. We could pause the video, learn, try it, go back if we didn't understand, and it was very easy. And this we've been following for most of our training sessions. If I have to share something new, some new app or anything, this is exactly what we do as tech team. We create videos so that it's easier for the teachers. And all of them are a part now. Majority of them are able to do it. And all of us use materials. We use materials. We create materials and assignments. In fact, we send materials and assignments every week. It's a school policy now. Other than what we do in class, we also do this. We send materials and assignments for students. The next one that I would like to talk to you about is Edpuzzle. Anybody here who's tried or who has heard about Edpuzzle here? Anybody? Edpuzzle is an app. Again, it's an app, a brilliant app. What you can do is you can either create your videos or you can pick up a YouTube video, upload it to the Edpuzzle site, and you can stop at, for example, at 10, after 10 seconds, after you teach a particular concept, in order to ensure that your students have understood what you've taught till that point, you can actually enter a question there for the students to answer. If they don't answer correctly, you have the option where you can send the students back to the beginning of the video, go through the concept and attempt the question one more time. You don't have to mark anything. At the end, you can actually import your roster, your students into your Edpuzzle app, and you can actually mark them. It's automated. It's absolutely automated where you import the marks and you know where your children stand. There are two different types of questions that you can actually enter. You have multiple choice questions. You can also have open-ended questions. Open-ended questions, you'll have to correct, but multiple choice questions are automatically graded. You don't have to do anything. At the end of the due date, you just have to import the scores and your students will get the scores. I will just show you something that I have done for my class. This is class 6. I have done, I taught them the concept of figures of speech in English. And in order to make it interesting, I picked up bits and pieces from movies, figures of speech in movies, in songs where they can relate. So this is something that I wanted to show you. Link, please. Let's see. question there. So they have to identify the figure of speech and they have to, can you just click on onomatopoeia, please? Yes. Submit. And then they move on to the next part. Yes, just submit, please. Yes, continue.
I can show you the
Stop. That's alliteration. So this is exactly, you can use, this is for English, but as teachers, of different subjects, you can actually use this for any concept. It's very easy. You can just import the scores, you can just import the scores. There's no correction required. If you do multiple choice questions, it's quite easy. So Edpuzzle is one, you have a teacher. Thank you, ma'am. You can go back to the slides. Thank you. So you can try, for any subject, you can try this. You can try Edpuzzle, very interesting and quite easy to import the scores. Okay, the main thing for all of us is corrections, especially back in school, is corrections. How are we going to do this? But this really helps because you don't have to do any corrections. The answers are fed and you can also get feedback to your students. The next one is Google Earth. I'm sure most of you must have heard this. I have in literature, I have a lesson about salt march. This is for class 5, and there is a lesson on the salt march Dante. So what I decided was, let me take the students on a tour when I teach them. Along with that, let me just take my students on a tour. So if you can start, can you please click on this? Table of contents. Can you just move the slides? Yes. So all this, if you actually explore Google Earth, you will definitely find something for your subject. Even if it's mathematics, right? You can use Google Maps. You can use, you can actually ask the children to take a picture of the iPad, measure the roof of your house, measure the distance, etc. The options are unlimited. So all that you have to do is just explore. These are things that I'm just telling you, but you can go in depth. You can actually start exploring in depth. You will find something. This is actually very useful. So the children know exactly. You go on a tour with them, so they know from which place and how does that particular place look right now? How does it look right now? So you have the picture there, and if you click on the blue dot here, yeah, the icon here, yes, you can actually, normally you can see them. You can click on this and that would be wonderful. Yeah, actually shows you the exact place where you are. How it was. You can see the photo there, and you can actually guide your students. This again can be a flipped classroom. You can share this link with them, ask them to go through it, come back, ask them questions. It need not be a worksheet or anything. Just ask them questions, and then after they answer, you can continue with your lesson with whatever you planned. So this is another very nice site and you can actually explore this. Please, can you go back? Yes. The next one this is something that I came across. This is called Google Lit Trip, something like your Google Earth. It's part of Google Earth, actually. What they've done is, for example, we have the Diary of Anne Frank. Can you click on that, please? It's again part of Google Earth. You can there are hundreds of books that are available for Google Lit, where again you can actually take your students along with your teaching. You can take them on a tour, even though you can't take them there. They can actually see and they can see. If you can just please, table of contents. Yeah. It's about this, and the next one, please. Next, number 3. It shows you, if you see, that's the last. For example, it says this was the last time they saw Anne Frank. Anne Frank was captured. This is a video there. So they can actually go through, you can make your lessons very interesting. You can can do it in class. Again, it could be a flipped classroom. You can do anything, but this is a very interesting site for all of you. Again, if you actually research, you will find something or the other for your subject. Very, very useful site. Loom is, again, this, if actually as a college, if you apply, it's free for teachers. You don't have to pay anything. As a college, if the tech team from your college, if they can apply, there is a form that you need to do. A brilliant site where you can actually record your videos. So for the training, etc., we at school, even for materials, in order to post materials for the children, for the students, we actually use Loom to record our screen, to record our voices, and we post them as materials. All our training materials, we use Loom because it's free for teachers. Please, as a college, I request you, you can actually, it's free for teachers. All right, so that's Loom for you. I'll just show you one example. There was a Robert, like recently, this was just last week, where the teacher, one particular teacher, she left, she was not with us, okay? She had to leave the school for some reason, she was absent, and she hadn't completed that particular chapter in Robin Hood, and we had it for the unit test, the upcoming unit test. I didn't have a class. I couldn't get the class with that particular section. I created loop videos and posted it on Google Classroom. And all the students went through those videos and they posted their questions and I had to answer them. And my job was done. So it's that easy. So just creating loop, please do try it out. You can crop after you finish. You can edit it. You can cut the video. You can do so many things with loop. The only thing is you have to, as a college, please apply for educators. You have Loom for educators and that's free. All the features are free. You can close the other tabs now if you don't mind. When I say Google Slides, I think you're familiar with PowerPoint. You have an equivalent of Google. Anything Google, Microsoft has, or anything Microsoft has, Google has. So the equivalent of your Google Slides is your Microsoft PowerPoint. So we normally used Google Slides only for presentations, right? Tweak it, and be creative. So how can you use Google Slides in order to make it interesting for the students? This is something that I did for class 6. So I taught them fables, if I'm right. Yeah, I taught them fables, and they had to come up with their own fables using Google Slides. They had to create a comic activity using Google Slides, record and narrate the entire story on your own. I'll just show you a glimpse. And if you can move it to 1 minute 40 seconds, ma'am, if you could just move it. Okay. You can start playing and move it to 1 minute 40 seconds, full screen. So on the moral of and anything. Insert ma'am, you can still move forward, the web forward and sub 240. Yes, yes, absolutely. I select this. Most tutorials, but yeah, this is absolutely fine because it's a full screen. So now you have for this. Remember, I'm not entering anything in line with the logo. It has to be empty. So this is done. Next is your characters. How do you insert characters for into your slides? So look for clip art images. So what you will do is again go for search the web and you will look, let's say you want a mouse. So you will look for a mouse clip art. look for clear background. Don't select pictures with white background or a red background because it will not match the background which you have selected for the slide, the setting that you selected for the slide. So this, let me check. Yeah, this is a simple one. So let me just select this mouse and say insert. Now it will pop up like this. What you need to do is you can resize it and place it wherever you want.
Can you just forward it, ma'am, please?
All right, now let's say you want a lion.
Yes.
Something that.
So something like this. So this is for my age group. What you can do is, according to your concepts, can you please pause it, ma'am? So what you can do is for your age group, right? This is for class 5 and class 6. You can do this for your age group, any concept. You can actually create something. You can actually come up with something and do something like this. So Google Slides can be used for many things. If it's a report, if it's an interview, you can actually be creative and do anything and ask them to turn it in, and you can actually grade them for that. This is just a student's creation. Can you please click on the student's creation based on whatever I taught them? Please play. They have created based on the instructions they have created and they have presented.
The preamble predator. Against revenge, as it has been quite long since it had a good day. Suddenly, it spotted a large fish. The tiger's mouth started watering. It went extremely close to the deer, but the deer was offended and started running for its life. The tiger says, "Ha ha, I'm gonna eat you."
Stop, ma'am. Thank you.
Run!
Okay, this is something. Just when I play this, for your age group, please think of something for your age group, something that you can create for your age group, for your students, and please go ahead with this. Google Slides, please don't just stick to presentations. It can be used for things like these, for creative assignments like these. Just like Google Slides, I'm sure many of you have used Canva. Have you heard of Canva? Yeah, you use Canva. Do you use, ma'am? Yeah, what do you use Canva for, ma'am? Yeah, I know, just a few uses. For video presentations and PPT presentations, brilliant. Same thing, if you like how you have your PowerPoint, other than that, Canva, again, you have something, Canva for educators. As a college, you have to apply and it is free of cost. It is free of cost. All the features are available for Canva if you apply as a college. It's quite easy. You just need to fill up a form and send it and they will contact you. You can also, there is on Facebook, there is a group, Canva for educators. All the teachers around the world, they share so many ideas which you can actually incorporate in your classrooms. Absolutely brilliant. Ma'am, if you can click on the link, ma'am. These are the things these are the things that you can create a presentation. You have a brainstorming graphic there. Infographic. If you want your children to create an infographic for a concept that you've taught, you can actually post that as an assignment. Ma'am, if you scroll to the right. A document. Can you please move, ma'am? Can you please scroll to the right? Yes. Storyboard, etc., etc. Videos, like ma'am said, videos. You can actually create. You can attach music, make it interesting. You want to create. You want to wish your students, personalize them. I mean, if you want to personalize cards, create cards with music. Very useful. Again, free of cost if you apply as a college, and you can use all the features, all the elements that are available on Canva. Yeah, please do join this group. Very interesting to actually get ideas from teachers all over the world. Google Sheets is similar to your Excel sheets in Microsoft. We normally think, we at the beginning of even before the pandemic, frankly speaking, we all thought, all of us, we all thought sheets is only for calculation and not for anything else.
But then we realized, thanks to our administrator, she was like, you can do so many things with sheets. So one thing that we've done, we've used sheets for other than for calculations, etc., is lesson plan. I'll just show you how our lesson plan is. What we do is we plan our lessons in such a way and we link all the materials and the assignments that we are going to post for the week in our lesson plan. We use sheets for this. Mark sheet registers. Before the pandemic, what we used to do was everything was handwritten. We used to have we used to have pages and pages of sheets. As a class teacher, sit and write everything for every student, write on the marks, and then there is a whitener, and then we are called, okay, what is this whitener for? Why have we, it's a recording, all those things. But then later on, what we did was we converted everything and we tried to minimize the workload of the teachers so that they can concentrate more and they can focus more on the students for providing teaching, etc. So this was one of the major changes after the pandemic. We completely changed to the online. Everything we tried to remove the burden from the teachers. Anything, even now, everything, entering the marks, etc. Everything is done on sheets and calculation, tallying, everything is done on sheets. We use sheets a lot back in school. This is something that you can adopt. A glimpse of the lesson plan. This is how a lesson plan is for the week, and we actually have insert links there, and it's very easy for us. Thanks to our school, like we can carry our Chromebooks. They provided us with Chromebooks, and we take our Chromebooks back to class, and we don't have to waste any time. It's quite easy for us. We just have to open whatever we plan, transact, and come out of the class. So that's the sheets for you. Yeah? And sheets, you can also use sheets. Like for example, let's say your sheets are as in your Microsoft Excel. So you can also use sheets. Let's say you're attending a workshop. They actually share a lot of resources for you. So as a teacher, you don't want to lose those resources. So every tab, you can actually rename the tab. This workshop, or please provide the links that they have provided in the workshop. Place those links in the tab. So for the entire year, you're not going to lose them. So even after 10 years, when you go back and see what did you do, you can click on the link and actually go through the resources that you have actually go through the resources for the workshop that was shared with you in these workshops. So sheets can also be used that way. Curious, what do you use for communication amongst yourselves, like teachers, professionally, officially, what do you use? WhatsApp? All of you? Within the thing. All right, great. All right, this is something that you can explore. Slack is something that you can explore where you can create various channels and use it only for official purposes. So what we do is there's a general channel on Slack. This is something that the college can actually think about, using. So Slack is something simple, something similar to WhatsApp. You can actually create various channels. For example, you have the zoology department, a separate Slack channel for zoology. So all the teachers of the zoology department will be a part of it. You don't have to keep running or send chits. We used to send chits to teachers before the pandemic. We used to send chits to teachers if the principal wanted to meet them, etc. But once Slack was in place, everything changed. Every department is on a particular channel. We don't miss any of the announcements made by the heads of school. We don't miss anything. And if there is a quick meeting, it's there on Slack. It's there on Slack. They share it with us in the general channel, and all of us make it to the meeting. So Slack can be used. This is something that you can all explore. Slack is something that you can all explore as a college. And not only this, what we've done is we've gone one step further, and we use Slack. We created channels on Slack where we place requisitions for printing. Let's say we want to print worksheets. All right. So we know there is a printing channel. We've created a printing channel where the teachers actually place the link, and how many sheets, how many copies they want, etc. And the department, actually the printing department, they keep it ready for us. We tell them by when we need it, they keep it ready for us. We just have to collect it and come back to class. That's one thing. Even for service, we have service requests. If something, there's a service request channel where you go around the campus, there's something wrong, you find that something is not working. You don't have to go searching you don't have to go searching, you don't have to go in search of that particular person. You can actually post it on Slack and then it will be taken care of. You can actually mention by when you want to finish that particular work to be completed. The Slack can be used a little bit. It's a little, I just digressed from teaching and learning, but I just thought I will explain this to you, a very useful app for communication. ChatGPT. I'm sure all of you are aware of ChatGPT. Please let me know if you don't know ChatGPT. Have you heard of ChatGPT, all of you? Yes? May I know one use? How do you use ChatGPT here? Ma'am, can I have the mic for her, please, ma'am? And we have to prepare something, then we leave it. Suppose we are going as a resource person to other college, we want to know about it. We want to tell something about their logos and all. We can do it, okay? And teaching and learning, have you tried it, ma'am? Teaching and learning.
So far, I have not tried, but with the students, but still I'm trying with my materials to get ready for.
Absolutely, ma'am. Anybody else, please? Can I have some participation, please? Anybody else here? ChatGPT? Anybody else who's been using ChatGPT other than what ma'am has mentioned? Anyone? So can I assume that you're not aware of ChatGPT? Okay, ChatGPT is the thing that's happening right now. Yes, nice, please, gentlemen, yes,
Hi, ma'am.
yes,
Use subs.
yes.
So I pretty often use that.
For what, sir?
For a lot of purposes, I think my question bank, when we were supposed to make the question bank, chapter wise, I used that and I made it. And it actually worked out.
Absolutely. Great. This chat thank you so much, sir. Thank you for answering. ChatGPT is absolutely, those of you who've not used it, it's been a year now, I think it's more than a year now. If you've not used ChatGPT, I insist that you explore. Let me tell you, all your students are using ChatGPT to answer your assignments, etc. All of them are using ChatGPT to answer your assignments. You have to be smart enough and you have to identify identify that. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
About the use of ChatGPT, I
Yes.
think this should come later, but I think I'm very skeptical about it. So maybe you can address
I-
it later.
Yes, definitely. So I'll just give you one, a short, if you can just type it, I'll just come down there. Click on the link now. Can you just type lesson plan for poetry for college? Lesson plan for poetry for college students. Okay, and just click enter them. Let's see what comes up. You have your lesson plan in seconds. Can you see at the back? Can you see at the back? So it gives you day wise. You don't have to do anything. All that you have to do is based on this, you can start asking questions. For example, let me just. It gives you even the assessment, the notes for the instructor, how to go about doing this. Okay, now, for example, this is one thing. Now, just use the word tabulate, Tabulate, and hit enter, ma'am. organize your lesson plan in tabular columns so that it's easier for you. That easy ChatGPT is. So day one, according to day one, you don't have to do anything. You just have to do ask ChatGPT and it does this for you. Now let's say you've created this and you want materials, all right? You want materials for, let's say for this particular thing, the sound of poetry. Now can you please type sound of poetry, suggest sites, S-I-T-E-S, suggest sites, sound, the sound of poetry, suggest sites, S-I-T-E-S. If you want resource, okay, this in a matter of minutes, your materials are ready. Even if you want to create an assignment, it's ready. Okay, so you don't even have to waste your time going to Google, searching. So what does Google do? Google actually, when you Google something, it gives you a list. But this actually you can customize your lesson plan, etc. That good. You can use ChatGPT in so many different ways. And uh, let me just tell you this. This is something we have a team back at Mystery House School which manages all our Facebook, etc. Okay, so the content for the Facebook was actually we were paying for them. You know, they were actually paid to write the content for the Facebook. Thanks to ChatGPT, we no longer require the services. Our office team is able to do it with the help of, and we don't use the services anymore. We actually create content, written content for a Facebook, etc. using ChatGPT. That's how you can use ChatGPT for different things. You can use ChatGPT for different things. And back in school, the other departments for language, for example, Hindi teachers, when they have to send something to the heads, if they have to type something in English and send them to the heads, they're scared. When they make mistakes, they're very scared. So they used to ask the English teachers, is it right? Can I send this? Is it right? Can I send? Okay, so that's now they don't do it anymore. You don't have to be perfect. The thing is, you need to know what exactly you have to type. The prompt, you must know how to use the prompt. There was a time when I used to when ChatGPT was introduced, like the good teacher, I used to say, please, can you please provide some information about the endangered species, something like that. I used to use please and thank yous, and later on I came to know all that you don't have to do all that. You don't need those pleases and thank yous. You just have to say, give whatever information, give me this information, blah, 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 and that's it. It does it for you. So you need to know how exactly the prompts that you use to ChatGPT. So what you give, if you garbage in, garbage out. If you give something else, it's going to give you something. So you have to be extremely careful even before even after it gives you something, please go through it and see if it is appropriate. Okay, if it's not appropriate, ask for a change. You can keep asking it to change again and again. Now, can you please type? Create, give me an assignment. Give me, GIVE, give me an assignment, or give me a worksheet, not assignment, give me a worksheet of 10 sentences for the concept, subject and predicate, concept, subject and predicate, for class 7. Ma'am, can you please type, provide answers? This is for you, for me, because I come from a school, so you can actually tweak it to suit your students. All our work is actually reduced so much, and you can concentrate and focus on teaching and learning, creating materials, facilitating. Let's not be teachers. Let's not go back to the didactic method, where we stand and we post the students, we stand here, chalk and duster. I think once with all these apps, we can actually make teaching and learning very, very interesting. Thank you, ma'am. Yes. Ma'am, ma'am, please. We came across one disadvantage of it. Yes. The students, in this is smart era, they're very smart. And one student wrote very nicely the assignment. And when I put the soft copy for plagiarism check, I found no plagiarism was there, but 100% AI. AI? Okay. Then I got to know from that student that she used ChatGPT. Yes. The thing is like then the creativity of a person goes down. So we should limit it when we are using it. Absolutely, ma'am. For students, yes, you can. For example, students, how to actually, let me just come back to you, ma'am. Can I just address this at the end? Can I, along with the question, please ask that question one more time and come back to you. Okay, you have other AIs. Okay, there are umpteen number of AIs out there. Ideogram.ai is one of them, just like your DAL-E. ChatGPT has something called DAL-E, okay, where you type in the text, it gives you an image based on whatever you've typed. How I've used it in my English class. First, let me just explain how this particular AI works, this AI site works. Ma'am, can you please click on the... Ma'am, can you please type in baby elephant, pink baby elephant with fan ears, pink baby elephant with fan-like ears. Like, or yeah, hyphen like, LIKE, ma'am. I'll just tell you how I've used this in my teaching. Absolutely. If you are not happy, it could be anything. It could be even with science, it could be anything with social studies, anything. You type in the text. You can even DALL-E does this. You can type in the text and it will come out with images for you. If you don't find any particular image and you want to customize it, you can use these AIs to actually create your images. How did I, ma'am? If you can go back, ma'am. I just picked up something directly from my thing. So what you need to do is, what I've done is, ma'am, if you can come down, ma'am, if you can come down, can you please copy this a bit spooky house? Find out. Go to your and paste it there, ma'am. Remove that and paste it there, ma'am. Yes, this I've used it for descriptive writing. So when I was teaching them, they just begun the descriptive writing. And what the assignment was, this was for one of the classes, the assignment was they have to take a setting in mind and they have to use words, describe the setting, all right? And based on the description, based on the description, the AI will generate the image. Is it according to the setting? Is it according to the setting that they have thought of? Okay, so that was a big spooky house with pointed roofs, etc., etc. That's just a beginning. Children love to do this. From there, we tweak it and we refine them, and then we go on to the next one. These are the images that this was one of their assignments. It was a fun assignment for them. They actually did it in class. This was absolutely fun. And from here, we actually tweaked everything. You tweak and you go to the next level of descriptive writing. These are small things that you can use. Just think. You just have to step back and think. All these apps that I've taught you, that I've just spoken about, you just have to take a step back and think how you can use it in your. You might all be wondering, okay, this is just basic school level. But I'm telling you, if I can do it school level, it's possible even for college level students. You can actually think about it and do it immediately. This is how you can use your Tally or any of these apps for generating your images. Thank you, ma'am. Can you go back? This is a boon to teachers and faculty. Have you heard about this? Digit AI? A boon for all of us. Okay, so this is exactly how we go about doing. Ma'am, link, send back, click on the link. Right now, it was till January 31st, but now they've extended it to March 31st. I don't know what their plan is, like the pricing plan, etc. I have no idea, but it works like magic for all of us, especially during exams. Let's say you find something very interesting, a blog that you found interesting, or a video with captions. Okay, there has to be English captions, a YouTube video with English captions. You have the option of posting. When you click on an article, ma'am, can you please click on this option now? Yes. If you have a PDF, let's say you have a PDF and it's on your cloud and it's on the cloud, you can either let's give me some topic, please, for PDF, just some concept. Any concept. Spectrum. All right, fine. Let me just take spectrum. Okay, your PDF is about spectrum. All you have to do is upload the PDF in your drive, wherever, OneDrive, whatever, you just upload it. Provide that link here. Either that, or let's say you found a YouTube video for your concept with captions. They have to be English captions for them. You found a YouTube video, copy the link, paste it here. It will, and just say generate. It will create all types of questions for you. I'll just show you in a while. Multiple choice questions. You have it actually all. In fact, it covers everything. It covers creative questions where they have to analyze things. You can actually ask it to create more questions if you want. I'll just tell you in a bit. That's one thing. Okay. Now, if you can click on any text to it. If you have a passage, you can just copy the passage, paste it here, and say generate. Now, I would like you to go to my resources, ma'am. My resources on top. Can you go to the mysterious journey? Yes. This is something that I pasted. I copied it from somewhere and I pasted it here. And what it does is you can ask it to summarize everything. Please go down, ma'am. Can you please go down? And when you say generate, it creates the key vocabulary words in that particular passage. Ma'am, if you can scroll. Multiple choice. You can, ma'am, please go down, ma'am. Multiple choice questions. Can you please click on show answers? Can you please click on add questions? Let's see, it gives you 3 at a time. The first time it gives you 3 questions. It asks you, do you want a question which is like, just basic comprehension, but have they understood, not just the basic comprehension? Or do you want it for simple reasoning? Or do you want a question with strategic thinking? Now can we just go with extended thinking based on the passage? Right? Yeah, click on extended thinking. So you want something for the students, okay? Something a little bit difficult for them. How many questions do you need? And if you can go down there, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many extended questions do you want based on the passage? So you can actually, ma'am, click on one, ma'am, just click on one for the time page and say generate, ma'am. Generating here. This is an extended question. It's not there as part of the passage. They have to think and answer this question. Now, if you can scroll up, this is your multiple choice. So if you want more multiple choice questions, you can go ahead and ask. And ma'am, please go up. Please go. Yeah, you have your short answer questions here. Again, same thing. You can show answers. You can add questions. Whatever type of questions, whatever you want. Like if it's direct from the passage, if you want questions directly from the passage, or if you want something, like analytical skills, etc. This will be the a boon for all of us. It's a recent, they've introduced it recently, a boon for all of us. Absolutely a boon for all of us. We use this in our school. Ma'am, can you go back to the previous? Have any questions, ma'am? If you have any questions based on this. I have a few more, but I really don't know. It's 3:15 though. But anyway, if you have any questions, I can actually tell a few more, a few more apps like this, but because 3:15, please let me know. Yeah, that question that you want. Can you repeat that, ma'am?
Even at time when joint research, right? Yeah, my students. And one student wrote very nicely, and I was taking place with this student. So residency was not found, but it showed me software. 100% AI. And when I spoke to that girl, she told me she used ChatGPT. Yes. So, I was wondering now how much marks to be given because it's AI tool based. So she has not done any work. Like she had just clicked one smart work, but how to evaluate. Yeah, ma'am, that was my question. Yes, you have these, if you actually search the net, there are ways, it's not finalized, nothing is finalized as yet, but there are, okay, so like how you said, is it AI generated? There are a few, even that's wrong, ma'am, you really don't know, because I've tried that, when I have typed and it says AI generated, 75% AI generated, I have typed everything, so you cannot rely on those. But instead, how are you going to use this for students? For example, let's take, how are you going to use ChatGPT for students? Okay, so if you can give the other way around, ma'am. Let's say you're teaching, and because I can only think of my class level, I'm just going to give an example. Let's say letter writing, all right? So if you're going to give them a topic, they're definitely going to go back and you send them back home, they're going to use ChatGPT. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be a brilliant writing. How are you going to stop this? Okay, one, I told you this is the app, and it's not you cannot rely on it. Okay, so what's the other thing as a teacher that you can do? You're teaching letter writing, for example. Ask ChatGPT to create with all the wrong, with all the wrong things like the address this side and wrong grammar, spellings, etc. Whatever I'm telling from my class point of view, class 5, class 6. Give that to the student. That's created by ChatGPT. Ask them to do this, ask them to actually correct it. That's one way you can use ChatGPT now. But this, it's not yet, we are unable, but most of the time, once you're familiar, you know how the students are, and you definitely know that it's not part of, it's not their writing. You come to know about it, but then you can use this and just tell them, use the tool that you use and just tell them it's not, it doesn't work, it's AI generated, and they will come up. You can't mark them on that. You cannot grade them based on that mark. So that's all I have to say. Anything else? Does anybody have any questions here, please? And just to let you know, we use our LMS is Google Classroom. We have Teams and we have Google Classrooms actually. We have used Google Classrooms. So do you use, I just want to know, do you use Teams on a regular basis now? Do you use Teams on a regular basis now? Yes, no? Only during pandemics. Oh, assignments you are sending. And how do the students turn in the assignments now? On
On? On Teams. And corrections, ma'am? Okay, and what do you use for corrections, ma'am? For grading? What app do you use for grading? That's all, no corrections, nothing. Thank you, ma'am. So there is something that, again, it's Cammy. There is an app called Cammy. You can explore it. Again, if as a college, if you apply, Cammy is free for educators. A brilliant app for teachers, correction. You can correct, you can type mathematical equations, etc. It's available and it's free for, not free for educators, I'm sorry. There is a minimal amount based on the number of students you have. It's not free for educators. So there is a minimal amount that you have to pay, but absolutely brilliant. It's just like Canvas. They've come up with many templates that you can use for your assignments. Ask your students to use those templates for your assignments. For example, exit slips, etc. You don't have to think or create anything. Just post it, they type it, and they send it back to you on Teams. Absolutely a brilliant app for corrections, for grading, etc. It's actually you can actually integrate it with your, I don't know about Teams, but you can integrate it with Google Classroom. Children turn in the assignments at Google Classroom and grade them. Yes. Any other questions, please? Yes, ma'am. Can you please pass the mic to her? Yeah. Yes.
How can we ensure that this technology-enabled learning, it is accessible or affordable to the students?
Affordable to the students, ma'am, now everybody has a smartphone. So even we do have, pandemic, we faced a lot of things. So we actually rely on the smartphones. I don't have an answer for that, but the children who don't have laptops, many of the children in our school, even now, they don't have laptops. They use their phones, their father's phones, smartphones to turn in their assignments, ma'am, if that answers your question.
We have mixed crowds.
Yeah.
So sometimes it is difficult for the students also to use technology in this kind of an extent. Because they have to spend money.
Smartphones, even smartphones, they don't have smartphones.
They have, but still there is a small percentage of students when they are not, they don't have mobile phones.
So what you can do is like, ma'am, what we can do is like, for example, what we do, if there is a problem like that, we take them to the computer lab in case there's something very urgent and something very important. We take them to the computer lab, they log in and they do the people lab, whatever is required, they do that there. That's what we do. Other than this, but we really basically rely on smartphones for those students. Yes. Anything else? Thank you. Yes, yes, the gentleman.
Hello. Hello, ma'am. Just wanted to ask a question. So a lot of information that comes on ChatGPT, DFID, all of that is pre-existing from other sources of information. And what's currently happening with a lot of AI-based, there was a recent report that had come out, a lot of AI-based softwares and websites are basically generating responses from their own content sources. And what ends up happening is their information is incorrect. So if we are trying to automate lesson plans, because at the end of the day, that's the goal, to make sure that we spend less time on lesson plans and make sure that we spend more time in class discussing those things. I think there is also a point of caution that we have to mention is that information is never going to be completely verified on AI because AI refers to its own information and it's basically a snake eating its own tail. At one point, it will come out with incorrect information. That's already happening. So I just wanted to maybe get your response to that.
No, you've answered the question yourself. I've already told her. You've already told the same. I've already mentioned that. You've answered the question. Like I said, garbage in, garbage out. What you feed in, what is what you get.
That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. Top generation will give you garbage in and garbage out.
Okay.
There are plenty of information that is available.
Yes.
What I'm saying is AI will generate responses that refers its own information that it provides.
Okay.
What ends up happening is the information itself is wrong, but because teachers or students may not look into it, they will present that as information,
yes.
And that will keep on going. It will keep circulating.
Absolutely. Okay. word of caution here, I mean, all the teachers, all of us, that's what, when we generate something from on AI, let's all be really careful and just go through it. As teachers, we know what is correct and what is wrong. So thank you. So we will do the needful. When we generate something, let's ensure that that it is we know the concepts. So that's absolutely. I hope that works. Yes.
Somebody had also told me something called Kahoot.
Yes.
Kahoot.
Yes.
I didn't mention about that. I thought.
Yes. Yes. How many of you have used Kahoot here? You've used Kahoot. You have your own teams. You have your quiz. You have your quiz, right? Kahoot is something that I didn't have. I should have linked Kahoot also. So Kahoot, thank you for bringing it up, ma'am. Kahoot is another, it's like you gamify your concept, okay? So it's similar to your quiz where you have different options. Either the students can actually attempt the quiz in their own, at their own pace, or you can actually play together as a class. During the pandemic time, playing together as a class was an option. But now what you can do is you can actually, Kahoot is again, the paid version allows you to have any number of participants, but one copy, I think, one particular, if it's a free version, I think 40 students are allowed at a time. So you have to make a copy and put in the other sections, etc. So this Kahoot is another, Kahoot.in is another quiz app that you can actually use. It's fun. You can actually insert pictures, etc., etc. Thank you for bringing it up. I think I'm done now. Thank you. One more quiz. Yes.
You were talking about the flipped classroom.
Yes.
For me, I have it. I mean, I think most of us here have that as a challenge.
Okay.
Because our numbers are very big.
Yes.
Okay, it's not small and not ideal.
Yes.
We're not complaining, it's good,
Yes.
but we're glad with the numbers. But the thing is, what is the challenge? What is the, thing that you will take up that they will read, they will, look it up and come back to class. That is a challenge because whenever we give them some assignment to do like that, even if there is a weekend, about 20% only do it.
What if you
So
say
then how do you take that class forward?
okay, what do you do if it's like, what will they do if you say it's graded now? Even then they don't come back. So
There is a slack.
okay, that's okay. So I probably for us it works because we say it's graded. And when they hear the word graded, it's like, because it's at school level, they all prepare and they come. But sometimes I think, there are times when only half the class, nothing can be done. We have to go ahead and nothing can be done about it. Go ahead with a handful of students. I'm sure the next time, I really don't know, but I'm sure the next time when the others are unable to understand what's happening in class, once, twice, third time, I think they will get in line. So I think that's the only solution that I have as of now. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I would like to end with something here. The AI, when I was talking about AI, right? Google is working on something new now. Google is working on something new where I'm an English teacher at NSP House School, and I use the way the AI, I feed data into the AI based on what the gentleman there said. I feed data into the AI, the way I correct, the way I give feedback. I keep feeding, probably, let's say I finished around 100, 200, thousands by the thousands. At the end of 2 years, I would have corrected so many things. At the end of 2 years, my school can actually say, Tata, bye-bye to me, and use my my app, or whatever I've done, whatever I've done. I'm just trying to put it so that you can understand in a way that you can understand. And it will be, if you feed answers into that app, it will automatically correct the way I correct. It will automatically give you feedback the way I give you feedback. So that's what Google is working for. So Just to let you know, a word of caution, this is also, Google is also working on this. So it's just a tata bye-bye to the teachers and that's it, So that's something that's very scary, but I'm sure there will be a solution for that also for teachers. Just thought I'll end on that note. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I extend our heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Sripriya KH, Technology Head of Innisfree House School, Bengaluru, for accepting our invite and addressing us on the topic Technology-Enabled Teaching and Learning. Thank you, ma'am, for this excellent session on the use of technology in teaching and how we can make our classes more interactive. I also extend our gratitude to Mrs. Suman Bolar, Innisfree House School Administrator, for suggesting Ms. Sripriya as a resource person. It was excellent having you here, ma'am. We are grateful to our participants for joining us in making today's session successful. Before we close for the day, I would like to remind the online participants to fill the feedback form provided in the chat box. I also request the JNC faculty to fill the feedback form provided in the principal's suite. Thank you one and all. Have a great evening.